Dear students, and welcome to our science program. Today we will have general revision about our science course. We will have revision about concepts of motion and mirrors and lenses and universe and cell division. So let's start our general revision. Write scientific term. We will start by write scientific term to have the concepts of our lessons. Let's start. First, distance covered in unit of time or in 1 second. What is the distance covered in unit of time, or in other words, distance over time? Perfect. Speed. Speed is the distance covered in unit of time. Next one. The body covers equal distances in equal intervals of time. Try to think. When the body covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, it's uniform speed or regular speed or constant speed. Next one. The body covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time. Here we have unequal distances. So speed each time will be different. So in this case, we will have non-uniform speed or irregular speed. Next one. Okay, the ratio between total distance and total time of an object. Okay, distance over time is speed, but ratio between total distances and total time is average speed of the object. Next one. Measuring the speed of an object depends on the position of the observer. Okay, speed is determined according to the position of the observer. So here, the speed is relative to the observer. So this speed is called relative speed. When the speed is relative to an observer, it's called relative speed. Next one. The change in object speed in 1 second. Change in object speed in 1 second. It's of course acceleration. Acceleration is the changing of object speed. Next one. The object speed changes by equal value through equal periods of time. Okay, this is a case of acceleration. But here the change of speed is uniform. So here we have uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration. Next one. In the quantity that has magnitude only, without any direction, only magnitude, in this case, these quantities are called scalar quantities, like mass and like time and like distance. Scalar quantities. But the quantity that has magnitude and direction. Okay, presence of direction is important for vector quantities that identified by magnitude and direction, like velocity, like acceleration and force and displacement. Next one. The actual path that is covered by object, actual path that's covered by object, and it's scalar, it has no direction, it's distance. But the length of the short straight line between 2 points, or from the starting point to ending point, when you move in a straight line, here we have a direction. So it's displacement. And displacement is a vector quantity. Next one. Displacement covered by the object in 1 second, or in other words, displacement over time. It's velocity. Velocity is displacement covered in 1 second or unit of time. Next one. The ratio between the displacement of an object and its total time. Okay, displacement over time is velocity, but displacement over total time is average velocity. Next one. Angle of incidence equal angle of reflection. Okay, this is a law related to light reflection. So it's the first law of light reflection. Here, angle of incidence equal angle of reflection. Next one. The incident light ray and the reflected light ray and the normal all are in one plane. Of course, it's the second law of light reflection. Next. If the angle between incident ray and normal, okay, we call the angle by the name of its ray. So the angle between incident ray, it's called angle of incidence. Angle of incidence of light is the angle between incident ray and the normal. Okay. If the angle between reflected ray and the normal, angle between reflected light ray and normal, try to think. Perfect. Of course, it's angle of reflection. Angle of reflection is the angle between reflected light ray and the normal. Next one. The phenomenon of returning back of light on meeting reflecting surface. Okay, here the light returns back again on meeting reflecting surface. So this phenomena is called light reflection. Light reflection. They are mirrors that their reflecting surface is a part of hollow sphere. Okay, if we have a sphere made of metal and we cut part of it, we have inner surface and outer surface. These surfaces are considered as mirrors, and so these mirrors that are part of a sphere are called spherical mirrors. Spherical mirrors are mirrors that their reflecting surface is a part of hollow sphere. Next one. A mirror that its reflecting surface is a part of inner surface of the sphere. Here we are talking about the inner surface of the sphere. So it's called perfect concave mirror. Concave mirror is the mirror, its inner surface is the inner surface of the sphere. By the way, it's converging mirror because it converge or collect light rays in one point, which is focus. Okay. A mirror that its reflecting surface is a part of the outer surface of the sphere. It's so easy. Of course, it's convex mirror. Its reflecting surface is the outer surface of the sphere. And of course, it's called diverging mirror because it diverges light rays. Okay. Is the center of the sphere that the mirror is considered part of it? Okay, center of the sphere is called center of mirror curvature. Center of mirror curvature. But the radius of the sphere that the mirror is considered part of it, what is the name of this radius? Perfect. It's called radius of mirror curvature. Radius of mirror curvature. Next one. The point that is in the middle of the reflective surface of the mirror. The point in the surface itself of the mirror is called pole of the mirror. It's convex lens. And don't forget, convex lens is thick at the center and thin at its steps. And it collect or converge light rays in one point, which is focus. Next one. Lens that diverges light rays falling on it. Okay, it's so easy. Of course, it's concave lens. Concave lens diverges light rays. Next one. A point inside the lens on the principal axis in the mid distance between its faces. Okay, Try to remember, the point in the middle of the reflective surface of the mirror is called pole, but the point here in the middle or at the principal axis between the two faces of the lens is called optical center. This point inside the lens is called optical center. Next one. The line between the two centers of curvature of the lens passing by optical center, of course, is the main line, so we will call it principal axis of the lens. Principal axis of the lens. Next one. Distance between the pole of the mirror and focus. Here we are talking the distance between pole and focus. Of course, it's focal length, and focal length is half the radius, or radius double the focal length. Next one. The point of intersection of extension of refracted rays of concave lens. Okay, concave lens has a special focus. This focus causing the diverging of light rays. So here it's called virtual diverging focus. Of course, it's virtual because it's formed by intersection of extension of refracted rays and can't be formed on screen, and diverging because it's causing the diverging of light rays. Don't forget, virtual diverging focus in concave lens. Next one. Image that can be formed on screen. Okay, of course, it's a real image. Real image is the image that can be formed on screen. It's a real image. But image that can't be formed on a screen, of course, it's virtual image. Virtual image is an image that can't be formed on screen. Next one. Very thin lens made of plastic and can stick to the eye cornea. Okay, of course, this one can use to correct vision defects. It's called contact lenses, used instead of glasses to correct vision defects. Next one. Disease that injure the eye and makes the eye lens become dark. Try to think. Right, it's cataract disease, the disease that causing darkness of eye lens, and it's treated by surgery to exchange eye lens with plastic one. Next one. It's white space that contain galaxies and everything. White space is universe. And of course, universe consists of millions of galaxies. Next one. It consists of millions of stars, and it's the building unit of universe. Of course, the unit here is the galaxy. Galaxy consists of millions of stars, and it's the building unit of the universe. And our galaxy is called, right, our galaxy is called Milky Way galaxy. Next one. Body cells that grow and compensate damaged cells. What is the name of body cells that grow and compensate damaged cells? Of course, somatic cells. Somatic cells are body cells. They divide for growth of the body and compensation of damaged cells. It's the ability of animals to compensate their missing part. Okay, it's some kind of a sexual reproduction occurs in starfish, which is regeneration. Regeneration, ability of animals to compensate their missing parts. Here the arm can produce new starfish if only it contains part of the central disc of the starfish. Next one. Production of new plant by mitotic division without seed as tissue culture. It's also a method of a sexual reproduction. It's called vegetative reproduction, producing new plant without seed. Next one. It's combination of male and female gametes to form a zygote, which contain complete number of chromosomes. Of course, here we are asking about the process itself of combination male and female gametes to form a zygote, which is fertilization. Fertilization is combination between gametes to form zygote, which contains complete number of chromosomes, which is 2n. Next one. Phase in which some important vital process occur that prepare the cell for division and the genetic material in the cell are duplicated or doubled. Of course, this phase is starting before the division. It's called interphase for warming up or preparing the cell for division. Next one. Phase in which chromosomes are arranged along the cell equator. Right, it's the second step of mitosis division. It's metaphase. They are arranged along the cell equator and connected with the spindle fibers at the point of centromere. Next one. Division that happen in somatic cells. The division of somatic cells for growth and compensation of damaged cells by, right, mitotic division. Mitotic division. Division that happen in reproductive cells. Okay, this reproduction aims to producing gametes. So the division here is meiotic division, that producing gametes or 4 cells. Each one contains half number of chromosomes or n. Next one. A process in which living organism produces individuals identical in genetic traits of the parent. Okay, here the offspring contains identical copy of genetic traits. So we have just one parent. So here we have asexual reproduction. It depends only on one parent. But the process in which living organism produces individuals different in genetic traits of offspring. Okay, here is the offspring combined traits. So we must have 2 sources for genetic traits, male and female. So this reproduction is called sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction. The point that links the 2 chromatids in the chromosome. Okay, chromosome consists of 2 threads called chromatids and connected at a point. This point is called centromere. Called what? Centromere, the point of connection of 2 chromatids in the chromosome. Okay, compare between short site and long site. Let's start. Here. Definition. Short-sighted. The eye can see near objects clearly, but far objects are not clear or distorted. This is in the case of short-sighted person. But in the case of long-sighted person, the eye can see far objects clearly, but near objects are not clear or distorted. These are the definitions of short sight and long sight. Okay. When we are talking about position of image, in the case of short sight, it's in front of retina, but in the case of long sight, behind the retina. By the way, in these 2 cases, image will not be clear because image, to be clear, must be formed on the retina. Reasons? In the case of short sight, elongation of eye sphere. The radius of eye sphere is long, more than normal, and the eye lens is more convex, and in this case it has small focal length. This is the cause for the formation of image in front of retina. But in the case of long-sighted person, shortness of radius of eye sphere, so distance inside the eye is short, and also eye lens is less convex, and less convex eye lens has large focal length. This is causing the formation of image behind the retina. Okay, let's talk about correction of the two cases. In the case of short sight, using concave lens to diverge light rays and form image on the retina. But in the case of long-sighted, we use convex lens to converge or collect light rays and form image on the retina. So in these two cases, now they are corrected. Compare between somatic cell and reproductive cell. Okay, somatic cell is of course body cells that grow and compensate damaged cells. But reproductive cells, they are considering for formation of male and female gametes for reproduction. Of course, for sexual reproduction. Type of division in somatic cell is mitosis, to produce two identical cells. Each one contain complete number of chromosomes. But in the case of reproductive cells, type of division is meiosis, to produce 4 cells. Each one contains half number of chromosomes. Okay, finally we compare between mitotic and meiotic division. Mitotic division and meiotic division, or indirect cell division and reduction division. Okay, location. Mitotic cell division occurs in somatic cells or in body cells. But meiotic cell division or meiosis in reproductive cells, which are gonads. Male of human, its gonads called testis. Male in plants, anther. But gonads in females are called ovaries. Okay. Importance of these two divisions. Mitotic cell division for growth of living organism. The cell divide to form new cells to increase the number of cells for the growth of living organism. And of course, compensate damaged cells for compensation of damaged cells. But the reason of or importance of meiotic cell division is formation of gametes, sperms or pollen grains in the case of male, and ovum in the case of female. Okay, the resulting cells. In the case of mitotic cell division, 2 cells are produced, each one contains the same number of chromosomes, which is 2n. If the original cell contains 46 chromosomes, 2 cells are produced, each one contains 2n, or 46. But in the case of meiotic cell division, 4 cells are produced, each one contains n chromosome or half number of chromosomes. Okay, it's important to form the zygote. Here we have, this is mitosis division, that forming 2 cells, each one contains the same number of chromosomes. And here, meiosis division, it has 2 stages, and at its end, here we have 4 cells. Each one of them contain half number of chromosomes, which is n, to form gametes that important in fertilization process to form the zygote. Dear students, at the end of our revision, Don't forget the main concepts of motion and mirrors and lenses and universe and of course cell division. Thank you very much, and till we meet again, goodbye.